What's up everybody? It is Colin here, and in this video we're going to have a live Q&A because I am live in my Facebook group. To my left, on my second screen, I have a feed with all the comments, and what we're going to do in this video is I'm just going to type out topics and then talk about those topics. If anyone from the Facebook group has something they would like me to discuss according to the group rules, please say so in the comments. I will just write it. If you have any topic you would like me to discuss, post it here. Post it here. So, and then I will try to discuss it. Because obviously there are a lot of things. I get a lot of questions every single day. Just a quick question, don't know where to find your template for ClickFunnels. All right, I don't have it here right now. But yeah, it's okay. I don't have it here right now, but I will link it to you after the Q&A, because everybody who joins the Facebook group has the opportunity to download the bridge funnel template for free. So I will send it to you after I'm done with this Q&A. So one thing I really want to stress about is something we call taking action. So let me just share some interesting facts, basically. The Facebook group right now is 1,500 people. The amount of people who have taken my 3-step training is 2,300 people, 2,300 people, unique people. So you can imagine that the training is pretty good. However, when it comes down to results, the most people who have success, they contact me. They ask me very specific and good questions, but they also like to show me what they have obtained so far. So there's like a couple of people doing like $1,000 a day. Most of the people doing $100 a day. But I want to say, however, but there's a big but. 98% of the people, I would say probably around 95 to 98% of the people don't take action, which is one of the most important things. So there are obviously several different internet marketing businesses only in affiliate marketing already. So you can promote ClickFunnels, you can promote Builderall, just to name a few things. You can promote 1,001 softwares. You can build email lists, you can do direct linking, you can do Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Reddit, Pinterest. Like, you can do so many things. However, the one thing that most people do is they keep searching for that one thing that will make them rich tomorrow, which will never happen. Like, at one point you have to sit down, say to yourself, I'm going to build a legit business. Because most people just want to get out of the rat race. They just want to quit their 9-to-5 job and replace their income. But to replace your income with your own business, you're giving yourself a new job. Because that job will become your new 9-to-5. Although you not have to travel to a specific destination, you will be at home behind your computer working 9 hours a day. That is not what building a business is. That might be the first step. For me, that was actually the first step. That's what happened. But I soon realized that I was just at home, now working for myself, putting in way more effort, having way more stress for less or the same amount of money. Then I really thought to myself, what should I take action in which steps to increase my income? And then what I do now is I think, but then I think about it for 5 minutes and then I take action. Yes, I do it. Yes, I don't do it. Either one of those two. I never think about it more than 5 minutes, because what happens is else you just keep thinking and you're not doing anything. And the thing, especially with CPA marketing, is what I notice in the Facebook group nowadays a lot. People are asking, the same people over and over again are asking questions. But you shouldn't overanalyze things. All you should think about, unless you have hit $10,000 a month, is launch campaigns. The only thing that matters is launching more campaigns. If you're like, but should I scale? No. Scaling is just one click. You just push, increase the budget, that's it. Just a straight scale and launch more campaigns. All your attention should be launching more campaigns until you hit 10,000 a month. Obviously, that 1% of your time you think about scaling, you open the ad set, right now it says $10 a day, you change it to $25 a day, you move on. Why? Because the gathering of data takes time. So later on you go back to your ad set to analyze it, but it should not take more than half a minute. So stop overanalyzing and start taking action. So that's the first topic. Let me see if there are some questions. So there are some questions which I told are against group rules, so I will kick those people out of the group later. All right, yeah, the gaming offer, the watch me build, I will do that later on. I will have to find a video ad for that, and I haven't had the time. Let me just read all of them. Yeah, so somebody's asking when we split test using the red tracking software. So for the group and basically everybody on YouTube who subscribes through RedTrack, which is a link tracking software using my link, which basically gives you 14-day free access without a credit card submission, you get an intro to RedTrack made by me. It's about a 20-minute video you get by messaging me on Facebook as soon as you signed up. You can use the same link for all split testing. That's why link tracking software is that useful. I do not recommend using sweepstakes on Google Ads because they're a lot more strict compliance-wise, and also the cost per click is usually a lot higher. All right, next topic. Let me just think of something, because the taking action part is crucial. I see it over and over again. It ties in with the shiny object syndrome. Obviously, like people think there's always something better and never realize that effort equals results. The more you do, the more you are able to earn. A good example is the fact, I don't know if it's actually Elon Musk saying that, but I just saw an image recently where I had a picture of Elon Musk and he said, why do I work 80 to 100 hours a week? Not because it's going to make me more money, but it's potentially doubling my odds of success. If I would work 40 hours a week and now I work 80 hours a week, I might not make more money, but I increase my success rate. If you get that principle, then you should probably, I think everybody in this group, including myself, could potentially put in more effort. But you have to always look back at your goals, because running a $10,000 a month CPA agency brings some stress. Running a $100,000 a month CPA agency brings significantly more stress. Running $1 million a month CPA agency brings significantly more stress than that. So there is a relation between stress and money, and there you have to question, how far do I want to take it? When you're starting out, obviously you have goals, right? The goals might be in money terms or might be in product terms. In that scenario, you always have to figure out for yourself how far you want to take things, because the one thing you should really understand is that there is nothing you cannot do. So when I chat with a lot of people from India, Bangladesh, African countries, South America, they believe in a limit because of their geographical location. But that's the power of the internet. There is none. I have the same opportunity that you have. However, because of the geo where you live, you might run into other issues that I might run in. However, living in a Western world country doesn't mean anything is easier for me, because I probably have 1,000 and more checks I have to go through with my bank than you might do. But on the other hand, for instance, regarding networks, I get way easier accepted to networks, for instance, because the country where I'm from is not known for any scam practices. In relation to that, I think when you go into online marketing, it gives you limitless opportunities if you are able and willing to seize them and not to look for excuses. So this is the perfect quote. You find a way or you find an excuse. This is the endless theory that I work with. Anybody I work with is either, and it doesn't have to be applicable to every situation. It is applicable to every situation. However, finding a way, I always like to deal with the good karma. So always legal, always relatively white hat, gray hat maybe a little. But you find a way or you find an excuse. Why can you not achieve something? Only because blah, blah, blah. It's the excuse. It's always an excuse. And as soon as you are self-aware with anything and everything is because of your own actions, you will notice that everything works in your favor. Why? Because if it doesn't, you are the only one to blame and nobody else. So how come that there are affiliates in my group which are from India and they get accepted by Max Bounty? But there are a ton of people complaining that they don't get accepted by Max Bounty. It is you. It is not the country where you're from. It is you. You apparently cannot follow videos because there's tons of tutorials how to get accepted and you are being retarded. That's all it. You cannot follow information. So there's nobody else to blame but you. And as soon as you're open to the fact that why did I get my ad account banned? Something else. It's because I made a mistake. It's not because Facebook just wanted to piss me off and ban me. No, I did something which was not allowed and therefore I got banned. So what I'm going to do now, I go to appeal and I'm going to see what I can do to prevent it. I only think in solutions. I don't think in problems. The problem is always linked to the excuse and the finding of a path is always linked to the solution. So there is basically no way to lose. And what I recently implemented for the group, for instance, is when people message me and they ask me information, I just tell them, the first warning is, I tell them you're testing my patience. That is just a fair warning to let them know I'm not happy how this conversation is going. The second warning is I just tell them end of discussion. I don't have time to discuss this. The third is no warning. I just block you, I ban you from the group, whatever. Because this is an environment which I give but I don't get. And that's where you make the rules. So I find a way to control my frustrations, but I also find a way to help the most amount of people that way. And this is a perfect solution. Yeah, in the end, do I piss some people off because I ban them from the group? For sure. But I'm sure they can find some other source of information if they really want to. But usually they don't. They just have a huge list of excuses they want to roll off. So that is very important. But when we get back to the CPA business, cash on hand is usually a very big issue. One of the main issues for people is getting cash flow. So your first issue will be launching profitable campaigns. As soon as you do, I assume that most of you guys don't have more than $25,000 on hand. So you will guaranteed run into cash flow issues. The ability to manage cash flow issues is one of the crucial business skills you will have to learn. To implement that, you need to have a basic knowledge of mathematics. To have that and to work with it, you need to have a basic knowledge of Excel formulas. You don't have to, but if you have, everything works way faster and easier. So you can imagine that it's not just launching campaigns and that's it. You need good negotiation skills when talking to networks. You need good communication skills. You need to be a strong negotiator. You need to be a smart person because they are trying to get their best position, but you also want to try to get your best position. Having cash on hand, having, for instance, a network make you a prepayment, that is huge because they are paying for leads they have not yet received, but they believe that you can deliver, so they give you more money to help you out with your cash flow issues. That is huge. So that is to be taken in consideration. When you join a CPA marketing group and then you ask for email lists, is building an email list part of CPA marketing, not the way you think. So I would close that down to affiliate marketing. A one-guy person who just builds an email list with a regular autoresponder and sends them offers, list building basically, and makes some money. When we're talking about CPA marketing level email list building, what happens is these guys buy sweepstake leads. So they buy leads through the co-rag, hundreds of thousands of email addresses at a time, and they blast millions of emails a day. Basically the spam, Bitcoin, Viagra, casino offers, through all kinds of server setup and layers. It's a whole operational system by itself. So in that sense, when people talk about list building, I already know they 99.9% are talking about the affiliate marketing setup. And that's not something I specialize in. Through the group, I have obtained many email addresses, which I use to send out case studies, which I haven't yet, but I should. In that sense, email marketing should be a communication channel, in my opinion. And for CPA marketing, I like the road of least resistance and least effort because I'm super lazy. So getting the cost per lead, basically the cost per action, the immediate gratification, is really nice. However, without action, all right, let me just type it different. No action means no money. And that is always, I think it's typed like this, which is one of the most important things you will have to deal with. It's not able to see it good. If you stop creating ads or you stop running ads, there is no action, no money. The thing we are obsessed with, and I think most young entrepreneurs are, and I know for sure that I was, is something we call instant gratification. If I do something right now, I want to see the result right now. And that's why I like sweepstakes and why I like paid advertising, because I put $1 in and within 10 minutes I see the money back or not. In that sense, you get a form of instant gratification. However, in that sense, it's never a long-term approach unless you're building an agency, you're hiring people. But it still comes down to, if these people don't take action because you don't have ad accounts, you don't have money. Everything comes to a full stop. And that is something I am now fully aware of. And therefore, I'm branching into maybe building some of my own products, maybe building my own softwares, just so I have a recurring stream of income where there is no instant gratification. Basically what I'm doing with YouTube, which you guys are watching, the Facebook group, which these guys are watching, is I'm building up an audience, which I'm not selling anything yet, but the only instant gratification I get is the amount of members I have in the group and the amount of subscribers I have on YouTube. And that shit doesn't mean anything. One of my earliest mentors, which was like, I think 4 years ago already, or 3 years ago, yeah. That's when I just found my business. He told me, I was obsessed with getting Facebook likes and getting Instagram followers. He told me, you know what happens when you go to the bank and show the person at the bank that you have 11,000 followers? Nothing fucking happens. They will tell you to fuck off because that is not worth any money. Monetization is the keyword. If you know how to transfer those 11,000 people or 10,000 followers into cash, then you have a business. All the booty girls would have like 1 million followers. If a legit marketer had 1 million followers, he would have $1 million. But these booty girls only promote bullshit supplements and only make probably $5,000 to $10,000 a month, which they could make millions if they know how to work the monetization system. And that's very important. So I think one of the most important things is that CPA marketing, you have one route and one route only basically. It is either to build an agency and then you're like a true entrepreneur, get people in your business, media buyers, all that shit. be a solo entrepreneur. So just do your own thing. Obviously, in that sense, you have way different life goals. But you will be surrounded by no action, no money. And for me personally, what I would like to do is do CPA marketing how I do it right now, as long as I like it. And what I do realize, it's for me an easy way to make cash, which means I can get the instant gratification I require right now, but I'm using it as a cash cow. So if any of you guys know, I think it's the Boston something, I learned it in business school, but you have like cash cow, star, let me see what it's called. Cash cow, star, matrix, Boston something matrix, if I'm correct. Growth share matrix, oh. Boston, yeah, see it's Boston something. BCG matrix, that's it. BCG matrix. Who? Matrix. What was actually called? The Boston Consulting Group. Oh man, I'm so good. I still remember that shit from like 8 years ago. All right, so what we look at here in this sense, I like to have the easy one, this one. This is actually the Dutch one, that's funny. So this says relative market share, and this says growth potential. Cash cow, the growth potential is low, but the market share is high. Basically, this shit just makes you consistent money. The dog doesn't make you shit. The market share is low and the potential is also low. The star is the market share is high and the growth potential is also high. So that is your big winner. So the cash cow for me is now the star. The CPA marketing business is here for me. The question mark is basically where's it gonna go. The market share is at the moment low, but the growth potential is really high. So you can move it to here or to here. If you turn it, don't anticipate on the opportunity, it becomes a dog and you can ditch it off because the dog is not doing shit. So what you do is when you found the CPA marketing business, you have a high market share and a high growth potential. So this is the main foundation of your business. Let's say I'm going into native, I'm killing it, then native becomes my star, and I run sweepstakes only because it's easy and it makes me quick money, so then it becomes a cash cow. The market share might be big, but the growth is low. You get it? So that's why the cash cow system is really important. So Abdul is saying, when are you going to show the Amazon setup? I'm probably not going to show that anytime soon, because you can find it on Google. It's really easy. Let me just grab some water. But what I like to do with my goals, with my personal goals, and also my business goals, I like to calculate backwards, which means I set my goal this year, 2019, at $1 million in revenue. So that means 1 million year. Then it means, what is that per month? What is that per week? What is that per day? What is that per hour? What is that per minute? Probably these are not that interesting. Maybe this one also not. However, if you know if you are on the pattern to success. And that is the next thing I wanted to talk about. So calculating backwards, I think, is really one of the best things you can do. Oh yeah, but a few weeks ago you said you will make an Amazon setup. I say a lot of things and I just don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to do it. I can send you the document I followed to set it up. That's not a problem, but I'm not going to make a separate video on it. So the next thing is what Tony Robbins said in one of his books, in Unshakable. He said the power is in patterns, and that is always stuck into my mind. Why? Because if you know what a SOP is, meaning standard operating protocol, I think that's what it is. Basically, what I did when I hired my first media buyer, right now I'm operating everything myself, but I got some guys on standby. a standard operating protocol basically tells them how to do everything. You create a pattern for your success. My pattern is pretty simple. Think of an angle, create a landing page, upload the landing page, change the copy, insert track the link, then take the URL, make the ads, find the images, edit them in Canva, upload, monitor in the tracker, and monitor the affiliate network. Done. Those 7 steps I just lay out for a media buyer and they can follow that. That is a standard operating protocol. In that sense, the pattern I've created is because of experience. It's because of failure. It's because of everything that is included in the growth process. And as soon as you find your own patterns in your business, you can amplify on those patterns. And once that happens, you will notice that your success will also be more than linear. So instead of going straight, it will go curving a little bit. It will go up. In that sense, you will be able to make a lot of money faster. So let me give you a good example. So for my first 6 months in CPA marketing, no, it was more, probably first 8 months, I worked towards 10K a month. So in my 8th month, I hit 10K. However, then in my 9 month, I hit 60K. And in my 10th month, I hit 100K, which is this month, right? My 10th month. Looking back, I don't know. I haven't calculated it yet, but I've probably made right now probably over $250,000 because I did 100, 160, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Well, I don't know. Maybe December was also a little bit higher. It was way higher than 10K as well. So April to, so the first 7 months was less than 10K. And then the 7th month was 10K. And then December I hit, I think around 30, 35. Then December 40. January I hit 60. And this month I already did 110. So in that sense, things accelerate fast as soon as you found the pattern. And that's why the pattern is so fucking important you only witness the pattern as soon as you're ready. And that might be like a little bit of hippie bullshit, which I hate. I hate that hippie shit like, if you wait, your time will come. No, bitch, you gotta work for it. You gotta take action and be control of your own destiny. Be self-aware, be the master, the creator of your success. And that's why I like Grant Cardone, which basically only spits that kind of language. It's you who's going to do it and nobody else, which I think is very important and very true in some sense, and interesting. So let me just think of a couple of more topics if we have, or you guys can just name topics. So don't actually name questions, but just name a topic and I will see if I can make a beautiful rant out of it. Let me just check my phone real quick. All right, we are good on time. All right, that's a good question, Abdul. The giveaway I'm doing because the group hit 1,000 people and YouTube did 1,000 people. It is coming. I'm just waiting on confirmation. So I have 2 entries into a YouTube ad course. I have entry into an affiliate marketing course, like a really big one, extensive one, and I participated in both. That's why I got entries. So I got 3 entries there. Then I have, I think, like 10 books to send out, which is quite cool. And I'm just waiting on some other confirmations of some big players if they want to help out in that sense. Black Hat on Facebook. Obviously, Ashok, I'm not going to discuss that on Facebook when I'm live and when I'm uploading it to YouTube. That's if I want to get sued by any company whatsoever, I would do that, but I'm not. Like, no offense, but in that sense, I always think, like, do these people even think before they say something? Why would you even ask that? But okay, to each their own, I guess. How do we enter? If you want to enter the competition, you will have to wait until I make the video. Obviously, you have to take some sort of action to participate, and I will elaborate on all those things as soon as it's live. All right, let me just write something else down, which is also interesting, which is, oh yeah. What I like is to follow the pattern of success. So before I went into CPA marketing, before I went into affiliate marketing, I did the same thing you guys did. I just browsed around on Google, browsed around on YouTube. I, for instance, found the STM forum when I went into CPA really quick, stacked that money, and I found it to be helpful but very outdated. So the community wasn't as active as it once was because the big players, like there were like 5 people doing the show, and they were just, I don't know, it was more of a flex show of how good I am, more like an ego trip in there than actually a lot of helpful information. I did find a ton of valuable information, but it was all dated back from like 2017, 2016, and all the features were already gone regarding Facebook ads. So that was not upsetting, but I canceled my membership like after 1 month. I think I paid $200, so like 2 months. In that sense, I think the one thing I always preach, and you can have your own opinion on it obviously, but I only follow people who have the same results, which I'm looking for. I recorded a video today about some other topic, about my own goals and targets for this year. But I just want to say that if you want to make $100,000 a month in CPA, then learn from somebody who's doing $100,000 or more a month with CPA. Don't learn from somebody who's doing $5,000 a month with CPA, because every single step brings its own issues, its own stress levels, all those kinds of things. So what you often see is what we call the fake gurus, right? Oh, I will tell you how to dropship, but I don't own a dropshipping business. Or I do own a dropshipping business and it's doing like 10K a month. Bitch, if you're going to teach people how to dropship and you make 10K a month with dropshipping, you basically are just touching the surface. You basically, it's not that you don't know anything, and it's true what they say, like, if you know more than the next person you're teaching, then you can make money. And that's completely true. Like, if you hustle, I don't argue with that. I respect you for your hustle, but I will just not buy your shit, because I only buy shit from people I can actually, which I admire, which I know they have walked the path I'm going to walk. And what you'll soon will notice is if you do those things, you are very inclined to make more success that way. Because as soon as you buy a course from somebody who's doing 10,000 a month with dropshipping, about dropshipping, what are you going to do if you hit 10,000 a month? That might happen within the first 6 months. What are you going to do then? Then you have to look for somebody new. And the nice thing with the big player mentors, yes, they might be a little bit more expensive. So before I was doing CPA, I already had this business, right? For like 1.5 years. No, that's not true. 1 year and 2 months. My first course I bought was 8,800 euros. I had to pay it off in like 10 terms, and it was half my salary every single month. However, I learned so much through that course. I made a dropshipping store. I made 10K in my first month, and then I closed the store because I had obviously a lot of customer service issues. But I learned so many things, but it was half of my salary. And that's the thing though, a lot of people want a successful business, but they don't want to invest shit. And without investment, you have nothing, which is very important. All right, but all right, a lot of people saying YouTube marketing, push notifications, flagged accounts. All right, guys, let's not talk in the chat about banned accounts, please, or I'll have to kick you out of the group. Cannot stress it enough. Like, you guys can probably not read, but I made the group rules for a reason. So I hope you guys can follow that, or after this live, I will just kick you all out. Thank you. So one of what I said before is get somebody. It doesn't have to be like, I'm not talking about myself because I don't offer anything. I don't have anything for sale. But find someone who you can trust, who you like, and try to show them. Like what I usually do when I'm looking for information from someone, I try to show my hustle. I don't go around saying like, oh, I make 100K a month. No, I'm just saying like, oh, I'm only doing sweeps. I'm looking into native. I'm looking into push and Bing, whatever. Tell them all your experiences, your struggles, and ask small favors. If you see they are willing to anticipate, willing to give, and usually those are answers with sentences, not just yes, no, maybe, like one word answers. If you get one word answers, it means they're just not interested. They're just trying to be polite. And I think getting a good business coach is one of the most crucial things you can have for your business success, because what I said before, making profitable campaigns is probably least of your worries if you're not registering your tax amounts correctly. Launching profitable campaigns will give blood to your business, will make you give the livelihood, but the system to pump around, the heart, administration, invoicing, accountant, taxes, those are all fundamental parts which have to be dialed in. If you have a business coach, he can just tell you like, use this, do this, check this every single day, because they have already been there. If you're going to hire a coach who's just found everything out himself last week, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be right for you. It might be a kickstart to your success, but it's going to die out really fast. And I think that is one of the really important things. Be aware. Yeah, so Ashok is saying 8,800 euros is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. I did not even have the money. I had to pay a payment plan of 10 terms, basically 10 months. I had to pay 800 euros. So I think I paid 2.5 straight off the bat. So I only had to do like 7 months or 6 months, whatever. But it was a lot of money, and I felt the continuous struggle. But what I did is I worked in the call center at the time, right? So I went to work from like 8:30 to 5:15, yeah. So 8:30 I was starting work, and 5:15 I was leaving work. Then usually what they did from like 7, or usually I dinner at my computer even. So like 6:30 until 9:30 I was studying. I had so much content to go through because the course was very elaborate. There was a group, there was communications, there were live trainings. It was a lot of content. I had people who I was talking with, I was researching, I was doing my own efforts at a time. So if you consider at that time, it was probably 50% of my income. 50% of my income, but I knew that I didn't want to work from somebody else anymore. It was worth it for me in the end. And if I look back where it brought me, I'm very happy I made that decision. But people who are saying they want to build a business but have no money, that is not going to work. I want to do CPA marketing but I only have $100, that is not going to work. Find a fucking job. Get the money, and that is, you will find a way or you will find an excuse if you know that you have to work. So one of my friends, he is working, I think he's been working 50 hours a week or like 55 hours a week for the last year, 1 year, only to accumulate enough money to do his own thing. I have so much respect for that. Why? Because he understands the discipline and the sacrifice required to build that much capital to do his own thing. Risk, reward, action, results. Is it the best thing? I don't know. I don't think so. I would have taken a different approach. But he thinks that's the best thing. And that's what all is important. If you are stuck in your day job, you save money, you invest it, and you lose it all, because that can also happen, you're stuck at your job. But you are already there right now. So you can never lose. You can only end up at the point where you are right now. And that's the thing as soon as I realized that, so many doors opened. Like, if I lose all my money today, which I've like accumulated in my business, then I have so much knowledge. I can just rinse and repeat and do it again. And worst case scenario, I'm back in the call center where it all started. So that is where I was 2 years ago when this entire plan became reality. And that is something which is, I think, really amazing. As soon as you are aware of your surroundings, aware of the things you have to do, you set goals, you take action, you're self-aware, so you take responsibility. Try to not rely on instant gratification. I know it's really hard because we all want to see results, but find somebody who can guide you. If you don't have that much money, it will not be directly one-on-one, but if you have any questions, you can always message me. I might not be as elaborate or as fast in a response as you would like, because obviously, as I said, I have close to 50 people a day message me. So I would like to give proper answers, so I do take my time. But yeah, there are people there who are willing to help. You just have to find a way. And if you don't, you'll find a fucking excuse. So let me just wrap this up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was something else. It was a little bit more of a rant than of a Q&A. But I hope you guys still enjoy it. I will see you guys in the next video.